Do you try to manipulate situations because of the fact that you don't want to be considered the weak person, or you don't want to be considered, the vulnerable person? Because if that is you, and like I said a few minutes ago, I want to talk to you.
Elevate with Monique. ELEVATE. Elevate with Monique. ELEVATE.
We are really just talking about, mean girl syndrome and, just that notion of being considered this stuck up bitch. And the reason that I think that this is such an important topic is because there are a lot of people that walk around with this persona of being a mean girl or, being stuck up. And I'm willing to bet that most of those people are really probably not mean and probably not stuck up. And the reason that I say that is because for me, I have always been told that I had this mean girl demeanor. I had this don't talk to me, don't approach me demeanor. And I didn't really understand why that came off as being stuck up or being mean. But as I started to really learn and unpack some of the trauma that I had experienced as a little girl, I realized that that was my way of protecting myself. And, it was a defense mechanism for me. And so if I could, have this demeanor of don't with me, then maybe people wouldn't get close. It would take a certain type of person to want to even engage with me beyond the exterior. And so it was my way of kind of keeping people at bay. But, I did some homework and I started to really just research things and behaviors and tendencies of someone who really is a mean girl versus someone who is personified as a mean girl. And some of the things that I came up with through my research are, mean girls have this condescending attitude. They humiliate people in public. They are insensitive in the way in which they deal with people. They are very judgmental. They can be manipulative. They can be arrogant. And even sometimes they can, like I said a few minutes ago, have this behavior of excluding other people, right? And while I exhibited some of those behaviors based off of just my way of protecting myself and defending myself, I realized that I was not a mean girl. And what I was doing was giving off this message, sending out this energy into the world, into the environment around me that was really bringing back people that were mean to me and people that, were manipulative to me. And no shade to them, because if that's how they really are, then that's how they are. But I didn't want to attract that into my life. And so I had to start understanding, how do I change that behavior and change that persona, because I didn't want to continue to attract that. So what I learned is that the tendency that I had to have this mean girl behavior or stuck up persona or energy, it was definitely linked to one, areas that I was struggling with low self-esteem, right? And low self-esteem in the sense that I didn't feel good enough, or I didn't feel worthy enough, right? And so I kind of hid behind this persona of, don't mess with me. But really, it wasn't that I didn't want people to approach me. I just wanted to, I wanted to be loved and I wanted to be seen, but I was doing it in a way that was just saying mean girl all over my face. I was suffering with low self-esteem. The other one was I was really avoiding just being vulnerable. I remember I had a couple of conversations, really intimate conversations with one of my friends at the time And it was a very vulnerable conversation, and it was very discomforting. Like, it was uncomfortable to have those conversations with her. Meanwhile, she was over there just like spilling her whole life, spilling her whole guts, her whole whatever. And I remember walking away from that conversation. We actually became very, very close. And it was because she was willing to be vulnerable and open. And I learned when I was unpacking all of this trauma for myself that I struggled with being vulnerable. And so because I struggled with being vulnerable, I put up this wall, I put up this persona, I had this mean face, it really wasn't even a mean face, it was like a resting bitch face. It's just like, does that look mean? It looks mean to me. Whereas now, I can have a smile, and it's not a fake smile. It's a real smile. And it's because it comes from within, and it's because I've done the work. I have acknowledged, I have healed a lot of that pain and that trauma. So I say to you, if you find yourself in any of these categories, you avoid being vulnerable, you maybe have some self-esteem issues. A lot of times people don't want to walk around saying I have low self-esteem, or they don't know that they have low self-esteem. But if you struggle with some of your esteem issues or self-worth issues, or you really just don't have that confidence in yourself, 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying for everybody, but 9 times out of 10, there's something that is blocking you. There's some sort of trauma that is blocking you from being able to really tap in and then really be able to bring that to connection with other people. So I encourage you to, sit with some of that. Sit with yourself, because that's really what it boils down to, sitting with yourself and asking yourself some of these questions. Am I unapproachable? When I'm out, do people say, put a smile on your face? That was one of the biggest things that people would always say to me. Smile. You got a nice smile. Smile. Because I didn't want to smile. I just felt like, in my mind, I might have been smiling, but on my face, it didn't say smile at all. So do you find yourself, having people say to you, girl, smile, it's okay, like life is good? Do you try to manipulate situations because of the fact that you don't want to be considered the weak person, or you don't want to be considered, the vulnerable person? Because if that is you, and like I said a few minutes ago, I want to talk to you. I want you to heal, sis. I want you to find that peace within yourself. I want you to be able to dig down deep into that inner child and love on her and listen to her and connect with her, so that you can bring that radiance, you can bring that energy, you can bring that liveliness to the world, because we need that. We have enough things that are battling for negative attention all around us all the time. Why do you want to still sit in that? Why do you want to still sit in a place where you're not able to really connect with yourself and love yourself and see yourself? And see yourself. A lot of people don't see themselves. And really what you're seeing is that little girl inside. I absolutely love the activities and the practices that I have with myself to go inward and connect. Like I said, I've had some really hard challenges over the last couple of weeks. And so now that it is in a place where, things are steady again, I'm going to be connecting with my little girl. I need to tap in and see what she needs. Is she tired? Is she depleted? Is she hurting? Does she need some attention from me? And so I want to encourage you to do that as well. And if you don't know where to start, I'm your girl. I postponed my upcoming lab, Little Girl, because I didn't feel like I was in a position to really be able to bring what was necessary for that lab, because I was just dealing with other things, right? Other family and personal things. And so I postponed it for a couple of weeks. So I feel like it is still befitting for us to talk about this little girl healing that we are about to do collectively. And I still invite you, if you have not registered, I still invite you to get signed up. We will get kicked off on Monday, the 25th. So we do still have a couple of days, but not that long. So if you're interested, find the link somewhere in this video and get yourself registered. I hope I see you there. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, we still have work to do. So I'll see you soon, sis. Peace. Always, sis. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you like this video, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my latest content as it's being released, go ahead and hit the notification bell icon as well. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.